I didn't start my period on Friday. And Saturday morning, I took a test. And I still have it. I saved it.
Pee-pee stick that lasts forever.
It still shows pregnant.
Is it recording? Yeah, go. I love you. Emily, she'll be right back. I love you, Emily.
You sure that's...
In the video so we can make out and stuff.
Oh, okay. It is Valentine's, I guess.
Yeah, it's Valentine's Day. We have
All
plans.
Right.
I have plans.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Plans for you.
And as always.
Later.
Hey, y'all. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
How are you? You're good?
I'm good.
Okay, so today's video is a little bit different. We talked to you guys last week about how we wanted to incorporate doing these podcasts, not really podcast videos.
We're not a podcast.
No, not.
We don't want to be a podcast.
No. And the weather has been super crummy and cold and wet, and I didn't want a video outside, so today we're in here, and we've done several of these before I started my channel, and one of those that we did was about our razor reg and about life after law enforcement, and then Weston and I did a video sitting here talking about how he came about and Daniel adopting him and all that. It was a very intense, emotional video, to say the least.
Yeah, I wasn't in it, thankfully. I let you two handle that for the most part.
Yeah. So this video, we decided to talk about Emily.
Yeah, I think everybody, all of our fans across both channels, they want to know, I mean, I respect that. They want to know more about, because we share who we are. We share our life story. And they want to know more about our family. And there's, there's only so much that we're going to share on the internet with a bunch of random strangers. But everybody wants to know about Emily because we don't get to see her on video very often. Several years ago, Emily had her own YouTube channel. When she was younger, she was interested in it and did that for a little while. And when she was young, she was on the Arms Family Homestead channel videos quite a bit. But that phase in life is kind of, she became a teenage girl and had other priorities and other interests. And I'm not going to make my kids be a part of a YouTube video that they're not interested in. Her interests went into softball and basketball and all the makeup and girl things and all the girls.
Yeah,
and
all the social things.
Yeah, she's a social butterfly. But we just wanted to talk to you guys about our story of how Emily even came about to be in this world.
Yes.
So we've talked on other videos, we've talked about how we met, how we started dating, how DJ forced me into a relationship that I was 100% willing to be involved in, but was too scared.
Absolutely untrue, but we'll go with that.
There was a little, I don't want to say trickery. She asked me out, and she asked me to kiss her, and she was taking those steps, and I was like, wow, this hot chick likes me. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. We've talked about all that, and I'd like to joke and kid and play, and anyways, Emily is where we're at. We're gonna pick up, after our wedding, our marriage, and all that. How did Emily come about? It was quite the journey.
It was a journey. It was a journey. So he was actually in patrol school still. We got married. He left 5 days after we got married and for patrol school, and was in Oklahoma City for 4 months. I got to see him one day, essentially, maybe a day and a half.
Well, the first 4 weeks, it was a couple hours on Sunday.
Yeah, I didn't even get to, actually, he didn't get to come home for over a month. And so all we could do, because you couldn't have your phone there, or he couldn't, we had to write letters. And I've got a box full of letters. And one of those letters said, "Why don't we try to have a baby?" And Got a hair in my eye. I'm not crying yet.
We're brand new to this marriage thing, and we've like not even lived together in our marriage yet.
Yeah, no.
Let's have a baby.
Yeah, why not? Let's add to graduating college, starting a career, moving towns, buying a house, all the things. Literally all the things. Let's have a baby.
Well, we thought everything happened at once,
Yeah,
so why wouldn't a baby happen? Just bring it on.
Yeah. And we thought that it would just be that easy to get pregnant with her.
I mean, you got pregnant on accident the first time.
On birth control. So I did go into that with an expectation of it's going to happen like that. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he was younger than me, like, I feel like...
It's like I do anything.
I feel like a lot. I mean, I guess we were still in our lower 20s, so...
Kelsey's having a good time behind us, by the way. Sorry for the distraction.
Yeah. So, and this hair.
Kelsey,
oh my gosh.
Settle.
So we get off birth control and...
Settle.
That's enough. And within a month, I felt my health change dramatically. Like, I was doing my student teaching at the time. No, I had just finished my student teaching, and there was still just a lot of stress working and all that stuff because I was still working at the time, and I could not function. Like, I had no energy. My hair was falling out. I could literally sleep all day. I didn't, and I couldn't, but...
felt like you could.
I felt like I could. I gained a lot of weight really fast, which was something that I never did.
But we also just thought it was you getting off birth control.
Yeah.
Like, just...
And in a way it was.
Changes in your body and getting off birth control. We thought the weight gain was just kind of a side effect until you got adjusted.
Yeah. And so... that rocked on for about 6 months. And I was like, and we hadn't got pregnant yet. And I'm like, this
wasn't from a lack of trying.
No.
You were actively trying.
We were.
Active. Trying.
Yes.
Putting in lots of requests for it to happen.
So I switched doctors and had a whole panel workup, and come to find out my thyroid had quit working, which explained all the health things that I was going through.
For those of you that don't know, the thyroid is a very small little thing that really no man ever thought about. And it's a really big deal.
It's a
really big deal.
Yes.
I don't think there's ever been a man that went, hey, I wonder how my thyroid's doing.
Women do and should.
There's probably men with thyroid problems, but
yes.
Men I had never even, I don't know, you need your thyroid, just get it taken out. I don't know if it's important or not.
Yeah.
It is. Hey, settle.
Probably should have put them outside.
Kelsey wants to play.
Yeah.
She gone.
So get on medicine for that, and actually we got put on, or I got put on a fertility drug to help speed up egg production, and which also increased your odds at having multiples, which was very scary. But at the time, it was like, well, if it happens, it happens. And I guess right at a year, it had been a full year we had been trying, and our doctor referred us to a specialist in Oklahoma City. And
if you ever get the chance to go see a fertility specialist, a doctor that is there for, what are those expensive procedures called where they... In vitro fertilization. If you ever get a chance to go meet one of those doctors and hang out in his office, it will scare the daylights out of you. This man's office, not his facility, his office was half the size of our house. And I walked in and sit down at his desk and looked around and immediately thought, oh, I can't afford this.
I mean, we had good insurance, but also insurance doesn't cover a lot of that. So, so he said, okay, this is what we're going to do. And of course, we had done a lot of testing prior to that led to that appointment. On paper, we both looked fine. There was really no explanation.
Swimmers swimming, eggs are hatching. Well, they weren't hatching actually, but
yeah.
egg production was in full swing.
I had, we definitely lost the romantic side of creating a human in that process, because once I realized that it wasn't just going to happen, obviously I dove into all the research, and 17 years ago, I wouldn't say there wasn't near as much research as there is now, a lot of information, but there was a lot more than there was for older women, for sure. But I was charting, I was doing the temperature.
Obsessive compulsive disorder came into play. Obsessive.
It did, but like that's
charting and temperatures, and I'm on day 22 of this cycle and day 7 of this, and in 2 days my temperature is going to go up a half a degree at 7:32 in the morning, and when that happens, you need to be home at 4:15 in the afternoon, and it's on the schedule.
Yes.
It was on the schedule. It was just like
and thankfully
going to baseball practice.
With his job, if I needed him, he could be there most of the time.
Wait a minute. We're not going to say anything happened while I was at work.
Okay.
We're not going to say it.
Okay.
Okay.
It can be implied.
There's a flexible schedule there, huh?
Yeah. So
did you guys see that chicken?
Well, first of all, I'm very goal-oriented anyway.
Yes.
It doesn't really matter what it is. Hey, buddy. It doesn't matter really what it is that I'm doing, or what we're doing, or whatever. Like, if I have a task or a list of things, that's what I do. And if it's a long-term thing, like, it's still like, I might get obsessive on other things too, but that one.
DJ books our vacations like a year in advance. She finds beach houses or whatever vacation, and she obsessively searches until she finds the exact, perfect, just right everything. The pantry has to have the right number of shelves.
Oh
it's
my
gotta be
gosh.
a certain number of steps from here to here.
That is not all the way true.
Oh, okay.
The shelves, no.
It feels like it. And I love that because I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, everyone loves it, I think, because they just got to show up. But I love the other side too. So anyway, I became very...
Kelsey, settle.
Here.
That's going to last about 30 seconds. Putting them outside. Kelsey's going to run across the yard, go to the bathroom, and then she will slam into the front door so hard it'll almost come flying open.
Yeah, it like immediately just makes me angry when I hear that sound. So where was I at? So
obsessing.
We went. Yeah, I was obsessing. I was. And I did that for a while. And then we kind of quit. I did quit for a while. I quit for about 2 or 3 months because it was just too much. It was overwhelming. And then we went to the fertility doctor. And on that Thursday, he said, okay, we've done all these tests, but there's all these things that we can start doing. And I was supposed to start on Friday, the very next day. And
see, this is that obsessive thing. Emily's 16, okay? DJ knows what day of the week she was supposed to start her period. 17 years ago.
Yep.
Okay? Just bear with me, folks. There's no such thing as me winning an argument.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. And if I didn't, or if I did start on Friday, then
would you hush?
On Monday, we were going to have to start all this other pretty intensive testing steps. I don't even remember all those details, but it was scary, and it was going to cost us a lot of money.
We were going to have to get a second mortgage or something to have a baby. It was scary.
And we've heard of that. I mean, people do it all the time, and go into debt to have a baby. And obviously we didn't want that, but that's where we were at, and we were definitely willing to do that because
At this point, we're almost a year and a half in.
year and a half
Of
yeah.
why can't we have a baby?
And I didn't start my period on Friday. And Saturday morning I took a test, and I still have it. I saved it.
Pee-pee stick that lasts forever.
It still shows pregnant.
It wasn't wrong.
It wasn't wrong. And then we were pregnant with Emily. And so now, we have this joke, which we'll do a video about Houston. But in our house, Weston wasn't planned. I mean, obviously, if you guys have watched us for very long at all, you know that. And then we had to work really, really hard for Emily. And so...
Yeah, we did.
we
did.
We call her our love child.
DJ says I was asleep when she got pregnant. And I'm not real sure what that's supposed to mean.
Well,
I don't know.
I knew what time it was, and I needed you, so... Not to get too graphic.
What time is it? I got somewhere to be.
Oh, geez. So that is how she came to be. I had a perfect pregnancy and had a great delivery for the most part.
No. Okay, this is where I have to interject. She did have a great pregnancy, and there was not a problem at birth, but DJ is deathly afraid of needles. Like, it doesn't matter if there's just a needle in the cabinet on the other side of the house. She's afraid of that thing. So we go to the hospital to have a baby. We went through, it's hard to remember everything because I get confused between Emily and Houston, but I think we got over there. You had gone into labor a couple times.
Well, I was already dilated to like a 3.
So we get to we weren't scheduled. We didn't schedule deliveries. We don't like scheduling a delivery 3 months, 4 months in advance so that the doctor can be playing golf at the right time of day, because a baby's going to come when the baby's ready to come. As you start putting Pitocin, whatever it is. Anyways, these ladies go to the hospital to have a baby on a schedule, and their body's not ready, so you start pumping them full of chemicals to put them in labor, and then they're in labor for 24 hours, and then the doctor, you already know what's going to happen. The doctor's going to walk in and go, we're going to have to do a C-section. It's 2:30 and I've got a 4 o'clock tea time. You've been in labor for a while. We're just going to go ahead and take the baby. And I feel like that happens to a ton of our friends, even back then. Like, I felt like that was, ugh. So we were going to go into labor naturally. There was nothing scheduled. So we get to, she goes into labor, she's like, I think I'm in labor. We get over there and the doctor's like, the midwife was like, yeah, you're probably going to have a baby today. Y'all need to go to Walmart and walk around for a couple hours.
That's what we did.
We weren't in our hometown. The hospital's in a couple towns away. And I was like, we're having a baby. Why do we need to go to Walmart and walk around? Like, she wanted DJ's body moving. And
I didn't want to be stuck to a bed.
No.
So
we get back to the hospital, and the nurse, they're like, we're getting her ready for delivery. And the nurse is like, okay, I'm going to put an IV in your arm. And she says, And the nurse is like, yeah, you're having a baby. We're going to put an IV in your arm. And she's like, no, please, no. Use a butterfly needle for infants. Like, they're like, we're going to have to give you some kind of medication. We need an IV just in case something goes wrong. And she's like, fine. I don't like you. I hate you. And so she lets them put an IV in her arm that's just like a
port.
A port. Not hooked up to any machines. Here we go into labor. I'm like, DJ, I forgot the stick at home to put in your mouth to bite down on, because that's how she has babies, pretty much. So DJ's on the hospital bed, and I'm on one side, and her mom's on the other, with no pain medication for a couple hours, like no pain medication. And I'm a young guy. I'm like, this is my first time in a delivery room, and I'm not holding it together very well. I don't feel like, because I don't know what to do. And I remember standing next to that bed, and I'm like holding one hand, and her mom's holding the other hand, and I'm just like, you got this. I don't know what to say. You know, she's crying and not really pushing, but she's crying. And her mom, like, reaches over the hospital bed and goes, bam! Hits me on the head and is like, I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. Now you're confusing me. You're mad at me. She's crying. I don't know what to do. And the nurses aren't even in the room. Like, we didn't have a doctor. It was a midwife.
Yeah.
Well, after a couple hours of that, the midwife finally came in. She's like, yeah, we're going to have a baby pretty soon. And then the midwife and I sat and watched HGTV because I was really big into gardening. We had that in common. So we, like, got to hang out. And then her mom was just over here fuming, you know. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I mean, there was nothing for you to do. But, you know, I'm just like...
I had a kid. Go, champ.
In labor, and y'all are watching TV. And, you know, so it was what it was.
Who's calling?
Mom, yeah. So
freaking women know. They know. Just bring her up in conversation on video, and guess who starts calling?
Yeah. So anyway, had Emily.
So she did have Emily. Not quite all natural.
No,
she got into some pretty bad pain, and they gave her a shot of something.
It was just a little pain med.
Yeah, and it slowed labor down, but then she got real drowsy and all that. And so we had to wait for that to wear off so she could have a baby with no medicine.
To say all this, I think we checked in at 2 o'clock. I'm pretty sure we checked in at either 2 or 3 o'clock. And she was born at 8:28 p.m. Like,
it wasn't a lot of time.
No,
really.
It was 6 hours.
Yeah.
Like 5 or 6 hours.
So like 3 days.
Okay. Yeah, for you it felt like 3 days.
The first 5
10
hours
months for me.
The first 5 hours was like, are we ever going to do anything?
Yeah.
And then that last hour, it was like...
Well, I knew once my water was broke, because mine never broke on its own, but I knew once they broke my water, it would go fast. And within an hour, that's what happened. Oh my God. Do without the sounds.
No, it was it was the most like amazing moment. Like I got to watch. DJ didn't like me going around and watching, and I'm like, whoa, you know, this is crazy. There's a person coming out of a person. You know, I wasn't that dad that got queasy and wheezy and couldn't stand. I mean, I was like, how do you do this? You know, like, what in the world is going on here? Let's have a C-section. This is scaring me. I didn't want a C-section.
Oh,
but,
my gosh.
like, Emily's born, and of course, they put her up on DJ's chest, and she's doing all the things, and then they get her all wrapped up, and we've got all this on video. Like, we videoed the whole thing.
Yeah.
Not for YouTube. We weren't doing YouTube.
No.
We had the camcorder.
Yeah.
Those are on a little bitty DVDs about this big around.
We didn't have phones that had video cameras on them then.
Probably not. Not like they are now. Anyways, I remember after they wrapped Emily up and they handed her to me, and that's not the first baby I'd held, but obviously it was the first one of my babies I'd held. And we just stood there for a while, and Jamie was there videoing for us, is who it was. Mm-hmm. And I was just kind of trying to lighten the mood, and I remember like it was yesterday. I'm looking at this little bitty tiny little human that's I can hold her like this, you know, and I'm talking to her, and I'm like, everybody says you're going to grow up so fast, and it's going to be like you're graduating high school tomorrow.
Stop.
And we're almost there. Like, I was making a joke, and I remember that. I remember it vividly, and we're just about a year away from that day.
I'm sweating.
And there's a lot of years in the middle there, but Emily's been, she's an amazing little human, and she's kind and caring and loves people, and she spent 2 hours last night making chocolate covered strawberries for all of her friends at school for Valentine's Day, and then this morning she's like, but I forgot this person, and I got to get more, and I got to do this, and she just loves people, genuinely loves people, and I couldn't be any more proud of that little girl, even though you guys don't get to see her on video much. She's pretty good. She's
And
pretty special.
I was terrified to have a daughter. I mean, I already had a son, but like, I was genuinely terrified to have a daughter because girls aren't easy, and I know what it was like to be a teenager.
Because you were one.
I was one, and
You were one of those girls.
I wasn't terrible, but I was still, you know,
A hormonal teenage girl.
yeah, and
the last thing you want living in your house.
Sometimes, I mean, that's like what?
Not always.
No, I mean, but that's what I had in my head, that it was going to be just a lot. And she is, I can pretty much say she is never a lot.
No.
She is never a lot. She lives up to her love child status in my eyes, in my brain. She is the best of both of us. I tell her that. I've told her that. And
she's smart like DJ and a smart butt like dad. Smart like mom, smart aleck like dad.
But she's a lot more kind like him, where I'm harder. But then when I see her standing up for herself or getting in someone's butt about something that needs to be, don't let people walk all over you, those moments, it just, and now that she's older, I'm like, there I am. I see it. I see me in there. Because for so long I didn't, because she was just this sweet
people pleaser.
Yes. And that's good. But also that can come with the side of people taking advantage of you. And I rarely let that happen. I am not that kind of human.
You guys didn't know that, right? I mean, total surprise.
I don't give people the opportunity very often to be mean to me or take advantage or anything like that. And so she is just the best of both of us. And I'm not taking away from Houston, but right now this is...
No, this video is about one person.
Yes.
It's nothing to do with for or against our other kids, but we can talk about Emily.
Yes.
She's the middle child that thinks she's been forgotten about sometimes. Because that's what middle children do. They just...
But because she is the only girl, that does not apply here. That does not apply. She is in between two boys, and I feel like she was the most precious baby, and she was an easy baby. She was not an easy infant.
She cried for 2 weeks from, I'd never brought a baby home from the hospital. I remember this funny story. We got time. We're not in a hurry. You guys are just watching, right? So we're in the hospital after Emily's born, and probably the next morning or sometime late at night, they want mom to get up and walk around, and because that sounds like a great idea. Jeez, I just passed a watermelon. Let's get up and walk around. So we're pushing the little clear bassinet thing, around the hospital in the labor and delivery area,
The wing of it.
Yeah. I mean, you got to go through little security doors and buzz you in and out and all that stuff. And we're just walking around like two young, dumb early 20-somethings and just chit-chatting. And the alarms start going off. And nurses are running around the halls and they're yelling, "Code pink, code pink, code pink." And we're like,
what's going on?
What's that mean? Somebody got a baby going down? Or is that somebody pushing out a baby? We're looking around. And all the nurses are running towards us. And we're like, what's going on? Well, apparently we got too close to the door.
Alarms
and Emily had a little alarm on her that we didn't know about, I guess on her little wristband or something.
Her ankle, I think it was on her ankle.
And they thought we were trying to steal our own baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next day, you're not going to believe this, okay? So the next day, we're ready, we're getting everything ready, and they just say, "Okay, you can go home. Just take this little human home and good luck."
Don't call us.
They didn't give me an instruction book. They didn't give me a walkthrough. There was no practice. It was here you go. It's your fault. Good luck. And we get home and she cried for 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
2-3 weeks straight, all night
Man,
long.
the daytimes were great. She slept great. Best napper in the world. We're we got this.
Yeah.
Until the sun went down. The sun went down and Emily went, whoa! And your grandma, Nanny, came and stayed with us for several days. Mm-hmm. And the three of us would have to take shifts at night because one person, two people just couldn't handle it.
And I was nursing, and oh my gosh, it was...
I was trying to sleep. But for real though, like,
Yeah.
it was nonstop. So it was like 45-minute rotations, basically.
I wanted to give her back. I definitely wanted to give her back.
There were no returns.
Yeah.
They were like, no, you are not bringing that baby back up here.
Yeah. But then she, like, I don't know, it was just, I guess, getting used to the world, and she turned into just the perfect little...
Tell them about the first night she slept all night long.
No, that was Houston.
Oh, was that Houston?
That was Houston.
See, I get confused. Story about sleeping all night.
That was Houston. He did not sleep through the night until he was 7 months old.
Yeah. More on that story later.
Yes.
7 months.
7 months. Yeah, so...
you know how many times I had to go pick him up and bring him and say, here you go, nurse him. Feed him.
You're ridiculous.
I had to get out of bed every night. Multiple times.
Yes, such a tragedy.
Because my wife refused to put a kid on a bottle.
I tried, sort of.
Sort of. Mm-hmm. Okay, what else? What about Emily?
So...
We're not on Houston.
Anyway, she just was, after the first month, she was just this perfect little girl, and turning into a teenager. And, you know, I had in my head that you're not supposed to, and I still believe it to some degree, you're not supposed to be your kid's friend. You know, you have to be their parent first. And I feel like we, for the most part, do a good job at that. But, you know, I'd always heard, you know, your daughter is your little best friend that, you know, that thinks you're rich. She's a little broke friend that thinks you're rich, you know, and all the things. And, but honestly, because of who she is, I feel that. Now, I'll reel her in real quick if I need to. That doesn't happen very often, but... It's just different having a daughter as this little person you created, and she's with you all the time, and she wants to be with me. I love that she wants to be with me. A lot of her friends don't want to be with their moms, and I take a lot of pride in that, because I was scared of that so much. And there were times, you know, as a teenager, I wanted to be with my mom, but there was a lot where I didn't. I feel like I was the typical teenager that didn't want to be with their mom or their parents all the time. And I don't get that from her very often. Like, obviously, she goes and does stuff with her friends.
She's busy. She's
busy, but she genuinely likes spending time with me. And
when she comes home, she wants to go sit on the love seat, not the big couch. She goes and cuddles up on the love seat with mom every night, just about.
Or she'll come sit in my lap and just lay across me in the recliner. And, you know, gosh, that's just I'm not even going to talk about her leaving because I don't want to cry the rest of this video because I'm going to keep her here. I'm just going to keep her here. With Wes, I was ready for him to go.
Did you guys notice a volume change there? This poor sweet little Emily's never going anywhere. Weston, on the other hand, that guy, I just love him so much I could choke him.
Yeah, I just love him.
Man, jeez, Mom.
No, they're all sweet and wonderful in their own ways, but they're also can be challenging for sure.
I'll say being a parent's hard. I mean, I think everybody knows that. I mean, it's obvious, I feel like, but being a parent that's trying to do a good job is difficult. I know a lot of folks that parent that aren't really doing much, and it's probably not near as hard. Trying to be an active part in their life and know what's going on and do all the things it's difficult. But when you have 3 kids that grow up in the same house with the same rules and be so totally different, it's always been hard for me to comprehend, and interesting that all of our kids can have the same expectations and live under the same household and the same rules with the same parents and be totally opposite in all the different ways. I mean, everybody's got their own personalities. Our 3 dogs are all different. I get that, but just totally different. And it's hard when one kid you have to be more stern or more strict, and then the next one you don't. So then the other ones are like, well, I didn't get to do these things, or you're way too soft on this one, and I had these rules, and I respect that. I understand what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side of that, it's kind of up to the child. It's up to the kid that how much
do they need?
They get.
And yeah, for sure.
And you love them all the same, but they're just totally different people.
Yeah.
Which is good. You don't want them all to be the same, I guess, but.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're not going to talk about Emily leaving. She does want to go to college. She will go to college somewhere. We don't know where yet. Maybe.
Probably in a computer.
I'm putting
in the
her
office
in
back
the office.
there.
Yeah. I'm going to build her a little house right over there.
With a lock on the outside of the door?
Yeah, still on this side of our gate. So, you know. Anyway, she's not 100% dead set on what she's going to do yet, but she's definitely got directions, and she's already doing college courses, and she's so smart, and God just did amazing things with her and with us.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, we thought we knew the plan. We thought we were going to make the decision on when we were going to have a baby, and I think that was probably one of our first big, I don't say wake-up calls, but like first big thing that had happened in our life that we thought we had control over, and we did not.
We did not.
We thought it was going to be an easy thing, and it was not easy.
It is always in God's timing. It doesn't matter what you do for the most part.
Just think, if we'd have got pregnant, when you wanted to get pregnant, she would already be gone.
That's right.
Or at least be leaving this year.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So, are we going to drop a few clips of her in here? Or do you think it's too long?
It's a 35-minute video right now, but if I got some baby clips, we'll add some baby clips here and there.
We've got that one of you in there with her is like my favorite. The tea. He was having a tea party.
That one's a whole YouTube video. It's only a couple minutes long, a few minutes long, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to drop that in here.
Yeah, we can do that.
So.
You got an idea for your song of the video? I knew that.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys remember the show Nashville when it was on. I don't even know what year that was. But it was a TV show called Nashville, and it's so good. And that was just the show that she and I watched together. Like, religiously we watched it because it wasn't inappropriate or, you know. And the song on there is called Sanctuary. And I'm pretty sure the singer is Nashville cast, is what it says. But y'all go listen to that song. I could actually, well, where's your phone? Let me tell them I want to make sure. Yeah, Nashville cast.
Show 'em. Hold it up.
Oh.
If it'll.
I was trying to.
There you go.
Right? Get it.
Teamwork, come on.
So not gonna grab it.
Man, it's brown on iTunes.
Oh my god. It's brown on iTunes.
Anyways, that's it.
I thought it was.
It's because you're on Cinematic.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all go listen to that song. That is one of her and I's song that, I don't know, we just share with each other, and we love it. Anything else?
That's all I got. I don't want to make you cry.
You sure that's...
In the video so we can make out and stuff.
Oh, okay. It is Valentine's, I guess.
Yeah, it's Valentine's Day. We have
all
plans.
Right.
I have plans.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Plans for you.
And as always,
Later.
do your best.
Is it recording? Yeah, go. I love you. Nanny, she'll be right back. I love you, Emily.
Change your shirt. You have to put on your pajamas.
Oh, that's action.
Oh.
Are you okay? Is the baby okay? Yeah?
want to lay in here.
No.
I want to sleep in this bed.
No.
Well, where am I going to sleep?
In your bed.
Why?
Because.
I want to sleep in here.
No.
Please.
No.
I love you.
No.
I do too.
No.
I'm sleeping right here.
No.
You sleep over there. I'll sleep over here.
Ow. Stop. Stop.
You sleep over there.
Stop.
I'll sleep over here.
You love mommy. Okay.
Can I sleep in your bed?
No.
Please.
No.
Why?
Because.
I want a better reason than because.
No.
Please. I
No.
want to sleep right beside you.
No. Stop.
Please.
No.
I want to sleep over here.
No.
Why?
Yours.
Because why?
Yours.
Because. Well, you better give me a big hug and a kiss so I can get up and leave.
Give Daddy sugars. He'll leave you alone if you'll give him sugars. Go give him a kiss.
Please.
Ah.
Hurry, give him sugars and he'll get out of your bed.
If not, I'm sleeping in here.
Get out.
I don't get a hug.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
You gonna stay in here by yourself? Do I have to?
No.
Do I have to get out?
Yes.
Why?
Because.
I want to sleep with you.
No.
Please.
No.
Please.
No.
Well, then I'm going to tell you no when you come to my bed. I'll tell you no. You can't get in my bed.
Yes.
Well, if I can't sleep with you, then you can't sleep with me.
Get out.
You're not sleeping with me later then. You're not getting in my bed.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You're not getting in my bed.
Yes.
No.
You want some? You want some? Wow. Yes. You want some? I want some.
You like Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
Are you singing?
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Wow.
It's not in there.
It's not in the thing.
Is it in?
No.
See it.
It's not in my ear.
It's not. Where's it at?
In my ear. Well, it's there.
I'm gonna pull it out this side. There it is. There it is. Where's it now?
Where is it?
That one's mine. This one.